Hey, Gemini placements. We are talking about who or what you need to release, what you need to do to turn things around. Keep in mind, this message isn't for everybody, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. We got Boggart Posey. Ooh, gossip and kindness. Boggart Posey, gossip and kindness. The number 11 may mean something to you, or the number 2. Let's see. Boggart Posey. These are coming from a new deck, and I have to read what the meaning is, the poison, so we can get a full understanding of what's going on. Let's see. Boggart Posey loves a good gossip. Most of us do. Humans are, sociable creatures and are hardwired to be curious about their neighbors and friends and their lives. As June Austen once wrote, for what do we live but, hold on. All right, so for what do we live but to make sport of our neighbors and laugh at them in their to laugh at them is our turn. However, Boggart Posey takes it too far, embellishing and speculating for attention and shock value. Ooh, I mean, you making shit up. They get carried away and forget to be kind. Be wary of any information about another person you hear from Boggart Posey, as it may be pure fiction. Okay, Gemini placements. Like she said, we do, as humans, we love a good gossip, but is it something maybe you're not partaking in it? Maybe you're not saying the things, but are you listening? Are you lending your ear to some good gossip? Good gossip that is not true, that is pure fiction. Boggart Posey. Let's go here into the tarot for more. Okay. 2 of Cups. 9 of Wands. 4 of Wands. 3 of Cups. Yeah. Here, Gemini placements, we see with, there is a lot of communing here with the 2 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Cups. There's a lot of emotional connection. You love to be connected to people. You love to be around folks and having a good time. And it shows here. But right in the middle of things, there is the 9 of Wands. And what that tells me, what Spirit is saying, is that there needs to be some boundaries. There needs to be some boundaries. There needs to be a place where you cut it off. When things get to a point where there's falsehoods being spread. And you know it. Maybe you're not doing it. Maybe you are. I'm definitely not coming from a place of judgment, but it seems um, that things get real good when y'all got some drink, you know? That's when tongues get real loose. And there's a group of y'all. It's like 2 or 3 of y'all. Yeah, it seems that it is surrounded by libation. um, is that something that y'all feel is needed? Like everybody love a good wind down Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? But does it contribute? Is what I'm asking. Yeah, we got Cancer, Sagittarius, Aries here. What else? Actually, let's change that question. If Gemini placements continues on this path, what can be expected? Spirit. Okay. 5 of Cups. Tower. Knight of Swords. Listen, continuing on the path of listening to gossip, participating, not let's. I'm getting that this gossip is 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 not the type. There's no such thing, I guess, as innocent gossip. You know, when the old ladies used to sit on the front porch or something like that and just say, yeah, well, you know, so and so was over at so and so's house yesterday, and having no idea. This is malicious. That's what I'm getting. A lot of times, this is malicious, mean person. Because I'm not going to say mean girl, because um, you may identify as masculine, feminine, anywhere in between, or none of it. And this is just malicious. And continuing on this path, we're talking about you gonna fuck around and find out. With the 5 of Cups here is morning. And then with the Tower here, you are going to be awakened to a side of life where you may lose out on a lot. And that's just to shake shit up, to get you to realize the path that you're on and to put you where you need to be. And we're talking about even just desserts, those things where your secrets, whether they are fictional or non-fictional, they'll come out. And we're talking about online. And this is a fast card too. The Knight of Swords is. And I'm getting that quick, fast, in a hurry. That's how fast these boundaries need to come up. And it's cool to hang out with folks. You know, it's cool to have friends to, you know, chill with, to wind down with. But when it gets to a point where um, people are the butt of jokes and you want them to feel small, You want them to feel a certain ways about their lives to make yourself feel better. Yeah. And I'm not saying this as judgment. Um, like I said, you may not be actively participating. Maybe you're just listening. But regardless, it has to be one of those things where you place the boundaries, where you say, you know what, I'm good because this shit ain't even true anyway. What we know about these people's lives, you know, that's that's where you're being asked to come from. You're being asked to change that shit around. All right, we're going to the antidote here because what it gives the poison, and we talked about the poison now. Let's talk about how to turn it around. When Bogart Posey discusses their feelings one on one with a friend about how others have treated them, it is not gossip. It's a healing. It's healing, meaning work and working out their boundaries with certain people. However, if they are in a group, and hear something detrimental about someone else, they must ask themselves if the news is helpful and true or just scrupulous. I was about to say, what is that word? Scrupulous speculation. Bogart Posey is best to adopt the attitude of kindness and think twice before they pass on gossip or spread misinformation. Words have power. Words have power. So make them kind and beautiful when you speak them about others. Yeah, words have power. And a lot of times we just need to put the shoe on the other foot. Like, how would we feel if it was us? Yeah. I hope this helps. Gemini placements. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell on the YouTubes so you know when I post content specific to Gemini placements. Hit the follow button on IG. And until next time, y'all, I'll see you later.